What's going on, everybody? I'm AnimusJ, and welcome back to JWorld SSP. Man, this has been a frustrating episode, and it's just beginning. It's just beginning for you, but this is in actuality my third time trying to record it. So let me catch you up to what happened. First, I built a wall. It's an ugly wall, but it's a wall. And the reason I built a wall is because we want to keep out zombies and creepers and other things like that from getting into our little village. But also, I built a wall because these guys keep on showing up. Yeah, they're even spawning inside of the village at times. And I actually triggered a raid already. So I broke all the beds, I put all the beds back, and then literally the moment I put the bed back, I come out and there's another raid party right here. So I killed them and I broke all the beds again, and we got lucky. They spawned outside of the village this time. So that's why we have a wall. Now, the other thing that we started work on, but it's more of a future project, is that building right there, which is going to be a villager breeder. I have 2 villagers over there right now, and they're just kind of chilling. The structure is not complete yet. The breeding portion is not complete yet. I just wanted to get 2 villagers out there, safe, tucked away for future purposes. Now, the other thing that we did is we went mining, and we got a whole bunch of stuff. Yes, 19 diamonds, only 6 gold, but I mean, it's gold, so. And a whole lot of iron, and that's after making a full suit of armor and a whole bunch of iron tools. So, yeah, we're starting to look pretty good on the valuables front. We got 2 slimes. I found a slime chunk, and I marked it. This dude over here, look at this dude. He's trying to have a conversation with the bad guys. Are you with the cause? Are you with the bad guys, dude? What's going on with that? So the other issue that I've asked your help for like 3 times already now, but OBS/Windows/whatever else keeps screwing up my recordings, is this right here, the water. Now we've walled off the area and I've put torches everywhere, but we do not have light down here. We can still get drowns and things like that spawning under here and coming in and, you know, causing problems with our village. So how do I solve this, you guys? How do I solve this? Now, mind you, I don't know where an ocean is, and even when I find the ocean, I don't know where a coral biome is to get some sea cucumbers. So, yes, what do I do for that? You guys are smart. You guys have answers. What do I do? On the list of what to do, we are going to take care of this situation today. And that is not specifically the pigs, but this situation, which is our food. So, if we hop into a creative world really quick. And here we are in a backup copy of JWorld. As far as I can see, now mind you, we're talking about early game food. We're not talking about, I've already got looting and flaming fire aspect swords and, you know, automated systems, things like that, okay? So 2 wheat to breed up 2 cows into 1 baby, plus coal to cook that food will give me 1 cooked beef. 2 carrots to breed up 1 baby pig, plus 1 coal to cook it, makes 1 cooked pork chop. 3 wheat gives me 1 piece of bread, which of course is not very good sustainability, but it's 3 bread, no coal. And then same thing, potatoes with 1 coal gives me baked potatoes. Now, eventually we can do a chicken farm, which is completely automatic and takes care of itself. However, that takes quite a bit of time in order to build up a sustainable stock. So that's not an early game option. That's something to start early game, but it's not something to have a bunch of food right this minute. So this right here, it's time plus materials. You know, I have to harvest the wheat, I have to plant the wheat, I have to keep up the cows. Same thing with the pigs. And then, of course, the bread is only upkeeping the wheat, but bread is not very good. With this one, I have to find coal all the time. Same thing with potatoes. I'm not only farming, but I'm also having to mine for coal all the time in order to keep it going. And we have to do large amounts of it, waiting time for it to grow, waiting time for the animals to grow, and then killing them. So none of this is very ideal when you need large amounts of food in order to keep going. So how do we get large amounts of food? Well, there's one system of food in Minecraft now that does not require you to do a whole lot of anything because it generates on its own, and there's a way to make it die on its own as well, and that's fish. What we can do with fish is we can collect fish and we can cook them. So we do need coal in order to cook them, but we don't have to do anything really in order to collect them. That is, if we build something like this. So you can see here what I've done is I've just made a whole bunch of water, and now I have both lava and magma blocks to demonstrate something, but the squid just demonstrated the functionality of how this works. Now if I give this a minute, fish will begin to spawn in this water, and then they will eventually get pushed down. Now this guy's kind of fighting it, which most of them don't, but they'll get pushed down and they'll drop down here and they'll die. See, here we go. Now we got some cod spawning, and so they will drop and they will die on their own. Then all we have to do is we just have to collect all of the drops. Now there's one problem with this, is you can see we have both lava and magma blocks. However, our fish is still raw, and I don't know if that's a bug in the game or if that's the intended way of having the fish drops be, because when dolphins die rather, from either lava or magma blocks, they produce cooked fish, whereas both the salmon and the cod do not. So there's not a way for us to automatically cook this, because even if I hit the cod with a fire aspect sword, it doesn't cook them when they die. So what we can do is we can build this platform without the lava on JWorld, and then we'll still use the magma blocks. And the reason we're going to still use the magma blocks is so that we can make water canals like this to push all of the drops. And then what'll happen is that as the fish fall into here, they will travel along the water canal, and even though they're in the water, they're still going to die because they're going to be on the magma blocks, and then their drops will get pushed down to the end down here where we want them to be. Now, if we weren't using the magma blocks, what would happen is the fish would all join up in these air blocks right here, and then they would pass back and forth to the water and back, and it would cause an issue with collection. And you can see we're already actually having an issue with collection right here, but that might just be because of where they landed. So let's see if those are going to pass through. No, they're not. So maybe instead what we need to do then is have a hopper in each of these locations in order to collect the drops from right there. So here we are back on JWorld, and the first thing that we're going to need is, of course, a whole bunch of blocks in order to do that. Now, I don't want... Oh, are you kidding me? How are you in here? These guys, they spawn everywhere. All right, so the first thing we're gonna need is a whole bunch of blocks, and I don't want to do it in wood because it just seems like a waste of wood for something we're going to probably tear down later on. I'll do it with cobblestone, but I don't have enough cobblestone in order to do it, even if we turn it into half slabs. So I'm going to go mining for a bit, and we'll see what I come up with. What we need to do now, I have collected obsidian. I made a diamond sword and pickaxe, by the way, and you can see I've put that pickaxe to work. We're going to go into the nether, because we need a whole bunch of magma blocks, and I thought that I had an axe, is what I thought. But I thought that I would bring you guys with me just so you could see where we end up in the nether. A wooden axe? Okay, why not? And there we go. It's not exactly beautiful or centered, but we will work on that when we have the resources to do so. Alright, and for some reason the game is being extremely buggy and laggy right now when I'm doing things, but we've spawned into a rather peculiar spot. There is not really an open area with magma blocks. Let me mark my location here really quick. And this is what we wanted, a whole big block of it. Okay, please don't have any hidden lava areas inside of here, because if there is, I'm going to be so screwed. And just over 2 stacks should be plenty to last me quite a while. So I will return to the portal, and I'm going to go ahead and collect some soul sand before going home. That way we can do some water tunnels as well, and we'll head over and start building the farm. And a couple hundred blocks later, here we are at the site. So we're going to build it right here, well, right up there anyways. So the first thing to do is get about, see, look at that, good spawns. Now, the reason I chose this, there's a couple of lakes and ponds and things in between the village and here. There's actually one just beyond the villager breeder that I'm working on. However, they only spawn, because of the biome that they're in, they only spawn salmon, whereas this one spawns cod, and you can see that cod generally spawn in more abundance than what salmon do. And on the way here, actually, matter of fact, I got my first trident. Yay, tridents. So let's get really high. Oh, hi, you found a seashell for me? Oh, thank you, so cute. Another trident. Yay, trident. So let's get high up in the air and let's get this thing built. I'm not even done yet. I just put in a bucket of water so I can make an infinite water source, and you can see our farm is already going to work for us. We're already getting some fish spawning. So it's definitely going to be a success. Now, what I've done is, as you can see, I've made it, this is 8 by 16, 8 by 16, and then I didn't want to make it too narrow because of the way these guys flop around. If you look, they flop around quite a bit, and so I didn't want them to flop around and actually jump over to the other side, jump back and forth. Well, you see, just like that, even with the 2 gap, he still managed to jump back and forth. So maybe what I'll do is put up some put up some rails or something like that. Rails being like, you know, iron bars. That's what I'm trying to think of right now. Something like that, or glass panes possibly. That might be something good to put that would cause them to basically bump into that and then fall straight down. I don't know, we'll figure out something if it becomes a problem. Now, I wanted to have it made out of glass, this part, so that I could watch it, but I'm going to be up above it anyways. I'm not going to be able to see anything, so we're just going to have to trust basically that it is indeed working, which obviously so far it is. So I don't think that's going to be a problem. So I just want to get this in and make sure that I did my counting right, because sometimes counting in Minecraft can be difficult. Now, these should converge on the same location. Yes, they do. 8, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, it's on these 2 locations. Right. If I put a button there and a button there, and then we'll put buttons. Can we do it? There, yes. More. There, aha. And so that is where the hoppers are going to be, and the chest down below in order to collect up all the drops. So then the hoppers are going to go just like so, all of them coming forward into this chest right here. Now eventually we'll add more, but I think for this first trial we'll be okay. I'm gonna put a glowstone block right there. I've got 2 right there, so we should be, yeah, we're able to open the chest through the glowstone. And then now all we gotta do is put in the water up top and we should be okay. Now I'm gonna put glowstone up in the top as well, because there is the possibility for mobs to spawn, given that, you know, these are solid blocks, and if we don't light it up, then mobs will spawn, which may not actually be the worst thing because they can die on lava, but it could also cause these guys, I don't know, let's do a trial run. We'll do a trial run with things not lit up, and we'll see if we get any kind of really good drops. So let's go ahead and put in the rest of the water. Now, there is one other issue in regards to our farm and mobs, and that is that they can spawn on these walls when they're not lit up. So we're going to half slab around, and hopefully I have enough andesite slabs to be able to do it. Otherwise we're gonna have to do the cobblestone slabs, which honestly doesn't matter. I just wanted it to look a little bit better than it does. Now I'm gonna get rid of these diorite blocks because those were just meant to mark out where the middle of the farm was going to be for me. So let me just finish this, and we're not going to have enough andesite to go all the way around. Darn it. And there we have it, a fully functioning both food and bone farm, by the way. We will be collecting quite a bit of bone since fish do drop bones when they die sometimes. So let's take a look in the chest and see what we've got so far. We got a trapdoor and a stone block. Okay, and also some torches. So 23 raw cod and 7 bones. So already we're doing pretty good. Let me just do a little bit of this stuff just because I like that. And let's throw that up there and that up there. And here's what we're gonna do. I'm going to build a little safety container around myself, just like so. Now we don't need to worry about banshees. No, not banshees. What are they called? Dang it, Harry, what are they called? They are called phantoms. Dang it. I always want to call them banshees. I don't know why. It's just what I do. So we don't have to worry about those because we do have a roof over our head. Now we should be safe. I don't think anything can get us through these hoppers if anything did come. And so I'm going to AFK here for as long as I can, hopefully overnight, and I mean overnight in real time. And everything's still loading back in. The dolphins are quite loud. So here we are, the next day for me, but I only actually AFK'd for about 2 hours because I was watching it and it was going really well. Now, you probably noticed as you were watching it that a lot of the fish were just sitting on the edge, so I actually got down and replaced all the edge blocks with magma blocks. That way the fish would die a little bit easier and not hang around as often. So after 2 hours of it though, check it out. Look at all of that. That's awesome. I mean, we got stacks of ink, we got stacks of bone, we got a couple of nautilus shells, we got a bit of rotten flesh, and we have tons of fish. Guys, we are all set for food for a little while. And then if we start to get low, all we gotta do is come and hang out back here again. Now, I didn't do an automatic cooker, and I probably won't do an automatic cooker because, of course, the flesh, the shells, the bones, the ink, that will not work well with an automatic cooker. That would require an auto sorter, and to be honest, it's just not worth all of that hassle because all we gotta do is just grab a couple stacks of our favorite fish items here and maybe leave a couple things behind and carry it back with us. So we can actually add these chests. I'm just going to add these down here. We'll come back with hoppers the next time and we'll add those in. But that is it for today, guys. We have effectively taken care of our food issue. No more food issues for us. Now we can get to playing the actual game of Minecraft without worrying about food every 10 seconds. So thank you so much for watching this episode with me. If you liked it, then please do hit that like button as it helps the video, the channel, and ultimately the AnimusJ community. And if you haven't already, please do subscribe. That's it, guys. I am AnimusJ, and I will see you next time.